button. Uh, there's all kinds of new buttons on the dashboard, Jr. I was like, oh, we can hit go live and it plays the intro video for us.
Oh, cool,
So
cool, cool.
yeah, we got all
Nice.
kinds of new toys. It's been a minute. See, this is what happens when you take a hiatus
Extended.
for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
Welcome
yeah.
to technically, what are we? Okay, we started in 2000 or 2020
Mhm.
for season one,
2021, yeah.
2021 season two,
Mhm.
2022 season three, 2020. Oh, hold on, 20 season one,
Yep,
21 season two,
yep,
22 season three, 23 season four. We're
yep.
in 24. It is season five. Welcome to the season premiere, and we're in November. Usually we start this shit in July,
Yeah.
but
I
it has
will
been.
say I will say we are at that stage now where we can do a rebirth, so it's technically year 1 again.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
this is Marvel now.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
or yeah,
DC rebirth.
we're gonna just all do. Everyone gets a number one issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since we last talked, and you know what I'm about to do? Jr. does not like
Hmm.
when I do unboxings of Funko Pops. Okay,
Yeah.
somewhere out there, all right, somewhere out there, there are sports fans who sneakerheads, hat guys, stuff like that. That they see this. You see this right here, and it says World Series. There's a serial number on here where it says World Series 2024. Somewhere out there, someone just had a conniption fit. Um, I can't do
What?
it. So, um, anyways, and oh, I guess we can't do that.
Oh, what
Screw
happened?
you, freaking Elon Musk. We can't go live on Twitter. I was going to give us a shout, but we have to have the premium account to go live on
Oh,
Twitter. So fuck
yeah.
you, Elon. Um,
Mhm.
but anyways, gonna be an abbreviated show. Well, I think JR, you and I kind of agreed that I think the in the rare cases, I think keeping it doing more 1 hour shows
Yeah.
than hey, let's catch up and do like a 3 hour marathon.
Mm.
It works a little bit better. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to do more 1 hour shows. But JR, you and I floated this idea a couple of weeks ago. We were supposed to do it for Halloween. That didn't happen. A
Yep.
lot of stuff kind of happened in with my personal life and just work and everything. Um, but we are still going to do this. Maybe we will do this during Thanksgiving week. Is I have never seen Blade.
Mm.
I have never seen the Wesley Snipes cinematic masterpiece that is the very first rated R Marvel movie ever made. And
Yep.
that is the original 1990s classic, according to JR, Blade. I have
Yep.
it. I have Blade 1, 2, and 3. I bought the trilogy for like
Yep.
$12. So I'm gonna watch it because reason being, spoiler alert, then three, two, one, for those who are just now realizing that today, of all days, um, is the day that Deadpool and Wolverine lands on Disney Plus. So now everyone can watch it. So it used to be for the last couple of weeks, or last month or so, you had to buy it on digital,
Mhm.
or I don't even think the DVD or Blu-ray was available, which I'm actually tempted to go back to. I'm leaning towards going back to physical media.
I'm
Um,
there. I'm there. Yeah, that's
yeah,
me nowadays.
that's
Yeah.
that's a whole nother episode we can do.
Mhm.
But Deadpool and Wolverine is out now, and the reason we're going to revisit Blade is because JR, one of your favorite characters in the Marvel universe, the Marvel multiverse, is Wesley Snipes' as Blade. Blade has always been kind of near and dear to your heart.
Yep. He's I mean, like, as in seeing like the first like badass like not post-apocalyptic, but like, in the urban environments and trying to, like, kill off the Daywalker. Like, it's the Daywalker. So like he's trying to
Yeah,
kill off vampires, and he's just this badass man. You talking about like the way it was. It was we call it it was the Matrix before the Matrix, and it was, it was Underworld before Underworld, where he was this very sleek style of like of just a dude who basically just comes in and wrecks shit. He was John Wick before John Wick. He was
Yeah.
that like he
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
like Wesley Snipes did all his own stunts. I forget how many black belts he has in multiple martial arts. Is like he was still part of that genome of like action heroes in the 90s, where it was like, okay, you do your own stunts, you do your own fight scenes, you do a lot of things, and he looked the part. That's the biggest thing. He looked the part. He had abs for days. He was fit as hell, and yeah, he looked like at any given moment he can just mess you up, man. And that was the biggest thing. Just so seeing that, so seeing, I don't want to spoil too much, man. But like just multiple scenes in my head when I think of Blade. When I just hear the name Blade, I immediately think of like three scenes already in my head. We will go to most likely like from the first movie, and they're
Yeah.
all just like him looking like a badass. Really, legitimately. Like, I'll just kind of semi spoil the first one. It's quite literally in the first 10-15 minutes where he's in a nightclub, and yeah, like he's the guy to fuck everything up. And so we're seeing Wesley Snipes come back, and like he looks great for his age. Looks great for his age, and just kind of be like at this point in time, sadly, be the only Blade because we've seen,
Talk about a fourth wall break.
yeah, sadly he's the only Blade at the moment, and because of this is news that during our extended stay away from podcasting at the moment because of our daily lives, yeah, we've found out that Blade is ultimately on the shelf, right? It is ultimately on the
Yes.
shelf, and that
So
freaking sucks.
Blade, yeah, Blade had a tent pole. For those who don't know, Blade had a tent pole for 2026.
Yep.
That has been pulled.
Hmm.
In its place is going to be Spider-Man 4, which I believe is going to be directed by.
I Yeah,
Is it
it's
the
I forget.
Shang-Chi? Is it the
Daniel
Shang-Chi
Cretton.
director?
Yeah, Daniel Cretton.
So
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was supposed to do. He's the director of Shang-Chi
Yep.
and the Legend of
Yeah,
the Ten Rings,
he's
correct?
yeah,
Still going to do a Shang-Chi movie,
eventually.
but I believe what I was told. So he was originally going to do Kang Dynasty.
Mhm,
That has been removed, and
mhm.
that um, he was going to do Kang Dynasty, and um, Ryan Coogler was going to do Secret Wars.
Yep.
Or that has changed. They've now given Daniel Spider-Man 4 because the guy who did the Homecoming trilogy, I believe, is the one directing Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yep. The original director for Spider-Man, for MCU Spider-Man, is doing Fantastic Four, and he's like, there's kind of like a tenuous like, I don't know if I'll do more after that because
Yeah.
you're director, he's already done like 10 years worth of Marvel movies anyway.
Oh yeah. And we were talking
So
about that today with a friend of mine. We were talking about, like, they were asking me about Venom, and the scene at the end of they're like, well, because they're in the trailer for Venom Last Dance is a teaser to the scene in which we see Eddie Brock in Mexico, and he leaves a piece of the symbiote
yeah,
behind, and it's alluded to that he's in Earth 616 on the sacred timeline, where he leaves that symbiote. And so a friend of mine was asking, he's like, where was that movie again? And he goes, "Oh, that was Spider-Man: Far From Home." And he goes, "But or No Way Home, sorry." They're like, "But when was that?" And I said, "That was 2021." And I remember that because that was the weekend I got COVID. Was that weekend of Spider-Man: No Way Home coming out, and one of the post credit scenes was Eddie Brock being in Mexico with I don't remember the actor's name, but he's Danny Rojas from Ted Lasso, and he was there. That's when he talks about Thanos and stuff like that. So it's assumed he's on Earth 616, though we do know through the multiverse that Thanos snapped half of existence out of a lot of multiverses. So, which we will discuss at a later date. And by the way, a little bit of a, if you notice in the background, for those who are watching now or later, by the way, that's Jared Kamakungan, also not Jared Comics 42 on Instagram. I'm Kevin Pillow at Voice of Reason 23 on all social media platforms. Um, we are going to talk about Agatha, not tonight. I don't know if JR, if you finished it yet. Oh, you're on mute, dude. Or am I on mute?
Nope, I'm on mute because
Okay.
yeah, it's dude. We've been it's been so long since I'm doing this that like
JR forgot how to press buttons.
yeah, basically.
So
And so yeah,
we
I haven't finished Agatha. I will say for me, it was kind of like a trek to like kind of get through the first 2 episodes type of stuff, right? And so like eventually I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna get through it, but like yeah, it was just one of those things where like I'm gonna try and get past my biases type of stuff and just really just
yeah, if you're on the fence about it, guys, consider now that it's available, binge watch it.
yeah.
It's yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
worth it.
one
So
it's definitely one of those things where it's like, I've been trying to like, get myself to like gear up to like watch it, but like, yo, I just gotta say it, man. The Penguin came out, the Penguin just finished, and
yeah,
that is the best piece of
I
like uh,
yeah, I kind of
it's
want to watch that.
bro, it is some of the greatest television out this year. It is insane.
Oh my
One
goodness.
for Colin Farrell to be that guy, to be Penguin, but also I forgot her name, but like Christina Milioti playing Sophia, dude, like that. I'm just so enamored of like just
Yeah,
these two and just the story like around it and how like the taking over the Malcone family, everything involved, all the crazy things that happen. And so like I've been just that's been my whole thing, like looking up on that. And but yeah, kind of going back to like Blade and all that, or going back to not more so Blade, but like other things that happened because of sadly COVID, as well as some other things that just really threw a wrench in the MCU and Marvel's plans going forward. Man, you talk about like back in 2021, Haley Steinfeld, right, was like 24, 25 there back in 2021.
yeah,
She's 27, almost closer to late 20s now, man. And going back to Haley Steinfeld and Ryan Coogler and to Blade, right? The original pitch for Blade 1, right? The original pitch for the Blade movie, right?
yeah.
Uh got axed because of multiple writers, everything involved. Of it. Hopefully there'll be like some type of backstory to that eventually. But the original script or some parts of the original script, Ryan Coogler actually took for himself, and he's making a film called Sinners with Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld in it. And that looks badass to see too. And I can't wait for that. It's like that was like originally the Blade movie. And so I'm like, dang man, like it's crazy to think where like no, it's not. I can't say it's the fall from grace as of yet for MCU because they're still making billions upon billions of dollars. It's still a very precise machine that is running. But good God, I was hoping for like some more Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop with Florence Pugh, right? And she's finally in a freaking movie, right? After another 3 years, and we call it with Thunderbolts, and hopefully we'll be seeing that eventually, you know.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
it's just crazy to see all that. Like, dang, we're in 2024, about to be 2025, and we see all these great things that we see all these great IPs that was pitched out 4 or 5 years ago and just ultimately fall to the dust because of like once in a generation or once in a lifetime disease and just the obvious fumbling of some things. Hey, it's just me nowadays. But yeah, it's just crazy to see that and how wild that can just take it, man. So other than that, I other than that, seeing this now,
sorry, I hit a button and all of a sudden JR was gone.
hey man, no, actually, you were gone, which is crazy. On my screen, you were gone. But
Yeah, that's what I was gone. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy to see that, man. But like,
Well,
hopefully, Marvel and Disney got its footing nowadays,
yeah,
and just the slew of the things we see. I'm trying to transition. It's been a minute since we tried to do this, and hopefully the slew of things that happened with the D23 in Brazil gave us a bunch of trailers out. I'm just gonna throw it to my co-host here.
yeah. So I think we are this. I think what Jared's talking about is we're finally back in a situation where these movies have been made. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Have been made during or outside of the pandemic. So we are finally in a post pandemic era. These movies, there's no restrictions. I think the only thing that we're seeing a little bit of problems with have been the what's it called, visual effects, right?
100%.
Creators, and I think Disney is trying to fix that and rectify that issue, that they're going to pay these guys and not work them as hard. But and I think that's one of the reasons why Bob Iger and Kevin Feige decided to go back to a less is more kind of situation and go for quality over quantity. And I think that you and I were so excited at that 2020 info dump in December of 2020. We were like, dude, like, oh my gosh. And like seeing how much stuff has been scrapped. One of the biggest projects that has been scrapped is Armor Wars.
Yeah.
So many little things have been laid out there for Armor Wars. And it's not happening. So anyway, so what JR mentioned is we do have a few trailers, so it's time to do a little reaction. We just want you to know we do not own the rights to these videos. So I know we will probably get a strike, but whatever.
Please don't sue us, Marvel, DC.
Yeah,
I'm not Marvel, Disney.
Yeah. So this is the trailer for Marvel's Thunderbolts coming out later next year.
Oh, America's so big. You ever drive through Oklahoma? It's so flat.
You got a convoy approaching fast. Step on it.
Come on, baby.
Okay, a bit faster, please.
Lexi!
Okay, don't worry. Engaging defensive measures.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's not so.
Oh my god.
Move the shield!
Oh, man.
So good. He's like, wait, did I do that? I'm good, but
Is that Bucky?
It's a Winter Soldier.
the Terminator.
He's so cool.
Oh, tell me you didn't get Ghost Rider chills right here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's what I talk about.
That's not good.
How crazy is it to think of all the monumental fights that happened exactly here where you're standing? I mean, the place wasn't cheap, but it's got good optics. Look at you. You are all so adorable.
Eat shit, Valentina.
Make up your mind.
The assignment is... Oh, wait, hang on. Assignment is complete.
What kind of super serum did you get?
I don't know, regular. Hydra.
Hydra. Oh, fancy.
Who is this old Santa?
The Red Guardian.
It's just so funny because he didn't even
What?
understand the movie.
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow Ops. Contract kills.
And you, former Red Room assassin. God only knows the blood on your hands.
Pretty ludicrous coming from the dime store Captain America.
I'll have you know I was actually the official Captain America, so.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
It's getting so tense in here.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
We know who Bob
We're
is.
just drifting. And we don't have purpose. You can't escape the past.
So you can either do something about it now or live with it forever.
So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
Thank God.
The Thunderbolts. It's a cool name.
I'm telling you right now is I think we are going to see there's a growing theory, JR, go with me on this one.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the real name of the movie.
I hope not.
So for those who don't know, Thunderbolts was a real group, and it was a group made up of, for a lack of better terms, anti-heroes.
Mhm.
Maybe not that exact group,
Yeah.
but who
I
that
would say,
group is more emulating
yeah.
is a group known as
But the Avengers?
the Dark Avengers.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say they're more like the Thunder just rip the band-aid off. They're basically called after, the Thunderbolts because of Ross, right?
Yeah. So in the comics, Thaddeus
Thunderbolt
Thunderbolt Ross as the Red Hulk,
Yeah.
creates the Thunderbolts, and it's
They're basically a Wetworks team. Like they're the people you send in to kill somebody. like-
they're what'd you say called Wetworks?
They're Wetworks, yeah,
they're-
like Weapon
yeah.
X, but like they are Weapon X or the what's it called? It's the I forgot the X-Men Wetworks team. But
X-Force.
it's X-Force, there you go. Yeah, they're basically X-Force but for the US Army, for the US military. And so they're the superpowered individuals or very dangerous individuals that can deal with superpowered folks that basically just is going to do some shady shit, kill people, assassinations, spy, espionage, all that stuff. And so you have these heavy hitters, right, in the Thunderbolts Ross teams, and in the comics specifically, Ross was one of them, Red Hulk, as well as She-Hulk, no, Red She-Hulk.
So
I forget.
the original Thunderbolts first made their first appearance in the Incredible Hulk number 449 in January of 1997.
Mhm.
The Thunderbolt list includes the leader Baron Helmut Zemo,
Yep.
Atlas / Goliath,
Mhm.
Beetle, Meteorite, Songbird, Techno, Jolt, Hawkeye, Sharkle, Ogre, Amazon / Mankiller, Blackheath, Plantman, Cyclone, Harrier, Skeen, Vantage, and Cobalt Man. And it was Cobalt Man was actually Tony Stark in disguise. Now, and Thunderbolts 2 was the center. It was Atlas, Songbird, Blizzard, Photon, which we've met Photon. She's Monica Rambeau, Joystick, Speed Demon, Radioactive Man, Nighthawk, and then there's been different, and really and truly, it was a chance for a group of kind of at the beginning, kind of shit characters to now where this group is pulling its inspiration from was the Thunderbolts 4 group, and we also mentioned the Dark Avengers. during the Dark Reign storyline. The course, according to Wikipedia, the following were members of the incarnation of the Thunderbolts that was overseen by Hammer. Oh my gosh, why am I?
You talking about Osborn? No, Osborn did. It's Thaddeus?
Well, Hammer was ran by Osborn, but it was started by, what was his name?
Yeah, Thunderbolt Ross.
No, well, Hammer was created by the guy.
Oh,
the guy has a name.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
this group was Ant-Man, Black Widow, Paladin, Ghost, Headsman, Mr. X, Scourge, and Grizzly. But yeah, there's been a few different versions, and it's just a chance to. The Thunderbolt 6 rosters that we saw was Red Hulk, Deadpool, Elektra, Punisher, Agent Venom, Red Leader, which is Red Guardian, Mercy, and Ghost Rider. And like I said, there's been a bunch of those. But what we're kind of seeing is this is pulled a little bit from the Dark Reign, because you have in the Dark Reign, Hammer ran. Okay, now it's gonna bug me, and that's not Anthony Hammer. It's what the hell was that guy's name? He was in
These tangents, man. I miss these tangents.
It's gonna bug me, man.
But yeah. Oh yeah.
And it does not say in Wikipedia. Leave it to that. I should go to Marvel Wikipedia, but yeah, it was the guy from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, no, that was Armie Hammer. Yeah, that was yeah.
Well, I was thinking Armie Hammer is the actor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Armie Hammer is the actor.
But he was played brilliantly by Sam Rockwell, Justin Hammer.
Okay. Yeah.
So, anyways, that was we're chasing rabbits here. So that's kind of where it's coming from. I think that without saying it, this is Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad. A little bit, but I think they're going to stick the landing a little bit. I mean, they've made 2 attempts at the Suicide Squad over at DC, and the second one was better than the first. Yeah. The first one, I am curious to see the director's cut of that movie. Like we saw with the Snyder cut, which was so much better than the original Justice League.
Sure.
And there was brilliance in that movie.
In the Snyder cut?
In the original Justice League, there was brilliance there. But the problem is you were trying to do 3 different movies in Justice League. And they should have broken it up. They should have done a Doomsday. And Doomsday was done. I'm sorry, Doomsday was done in BVS.
Yeah, it was. They should have done what happened. Honestly, was that they focused way too many like character pivot points. Where like if you only just focus on 3 or 4, you're fine. Rick Flag, what's his name? Will Smith's character. I always get him confused.
Deadshot.
Deadshot, right? If you talk about Rick Flag, Deadshot, and Harley, you're fine. Honestly, you're fine. Maybe a 4th like kind of vignette on the on the Sorceress, right? Or the Enchantress, right? Cool.
Yeah.
You don't need every other vignette for like all these other characters. They're never either gonna die or gonna be pushed to the side because of like it's an hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
Or like an hour and 45-minute movie. Like the guy who directed the film was, it's not his style of movies. His style of movies is End of Watch, Bright, where, it's focused on only a couple of characters, and it was only focused on a couple of characters, and it's just basically procedural, cop stuff, and that's his niche. That's his landing pad, or his avenue, his lane, and that's fine. And for him to go from that to do like an ensemble cast of superhero movies, I don't know if I want to watch a director cut of that. I'm more than happy to be surprised. Absolutely, I will definitely eat my share of crow if that happens. But like, what I've seen from Suicide Squad is not going to make me, the better version, of course, was James Gunn.
Was the James Gunn version, which I like that it paid homage. That's what I don't like about reboots, is you're insulting the You're insulting the intelligence of the fan.
Worker, what you got?
How they did Spider-Man was different. They made it different. They made it the way they did the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, and then did the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and then they did the Tom Holland Spider-Man. And by the way, I love that we refer to it as we gave the director full credit of the first 3 movies, Sam Raimi, the Sam Raimi trilogy, and then we refer to it as the Andrew Garfield. We go to the actor for the last 2. But it was always treated as different kinds of stories, and they didn't go after the Goblin right away. They did, and I think that going after the Goblin in the second in Amazing 2 was not a good idea. I think they should have focused more on, because you had 3 villains in that one, didn't you? You had Rhino, Electro. No, Electro was in the first one.
You're talking about the second one.
Amazing 2.
Yeah, you're talking about Amazing 2. It was Rhino was the end. Electro was the main villain, and
that's right, because Lizard was in the first one.
Lizard was the first one. It was Rhino was the end. Electro
was the main.
Goblin and
kind of
someone else. Forgot who it was, but it was just more so like the main big bad was Electro, and he was a god character there. Like, you're talking about a guy who's like, oh, I made electricity now, and I can be anywhere. That's a god character. I don't know how he lost. But.
And I love that Jamie Foxx got a redemption arc in No Way Home. They really, going back and rewatching that film, I know people want to shit on it, and they said it's just fan service.
Yeah.
They actually used a plot point with Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, feeling bad about villains, where he felt we should save them before we send them back to their universe. And of course, Doctor Strange tells you, your fate is their fate are sealed. They have to, that is their fate. But I think that as they use as a plot point something that was important to the fans, that you allowed Sandman from Tobey Maguire's third movie, played brilliantly by Thomas Hayden Church, got a little bit more of a redemption. Same thing. I think that Jamie Foxx got a chance to play Electro a little bit more realistic. And then of course Doc Ock, just fight me on this. That version of Doc Ock is one of the best characters in any Marvel movie ever made.
1,000%.
Real quick, put you on the spot.
Yep.
All Marvel movies.
Yep.
Okay, because they're all here now. They're all eligible. Top 3 Marvel movies of all time.
Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man 2, Raimi. It'll probably Endgame and probably First Avengers.
I go top 3. I go Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2, Captain America Winter Soldier, X-Men Days of Future Past. Love Endgame, love Infinity War. I think Infinity War doesn't get enough credit for being the movie that nobody wanted, because it ends on a somber note and still stands on its own. And obviously the original Marvel Avengers, just being able to accomplish that on still a kind of a shoelace budget, you got to do one of the greatest action movies of all time.
You're talking about, for me, like, you're talking about my Spider-Man with my with my, oh my gosh, dude, with my Doc Ock, right? And so you have the interplay between those two, and just like how Spider-Man for me was at that age, right? And so that was the best movie for me at young age. And then seeing Endgame, the culmination of 10 years, and Avengers, the start of the 10 years. That was for me. And so that was like that pivot point for me. I mean, obviously X-Men was great. The X-Men one should be up there for me, but at the same time, it's like, it hasn't aged well. Sadly, it hasn't aged well.
It hasn't, but I think it still serves its purpose in the grand scheme of things, because if it were not for X-Men 1, go with me on this. If it's not for X-Men 1, we do not, I repeat, we do not have. Sorry, Sam Raimi, amazing director, amazing set of movies. We'll all probably agree that Spider-Man 3 was less than. X-Men, the original X-Men. Had it not been for the original X-Men and its success, we do not ever have the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the reason being was not the directing, was not the writing, was not the acting. It was the producing by a young assistant producer on that film. And his name is Kevin Feige. That was Kevin Feige's first movie he produced. He was an assistant executive producer on that movie. He did work with Sam Raimi out of college. He went to USC, worked on Sam Raimi Spider-Man as like a PA. But his first movie he produced was X-Men, and had it not been for the success of that, he would have not gotten the job at Marvel Entertainment and helped launch Marvel Studios. But JR, I think as much as we all enjoyed X-Men, we enjoyed X-Men, we enjoyed Endgame and Infinity War and Marvel's Avengers and Days of Future Past and all these movies, Blade. I think as Marvel fans, we universally say that Winter Soldier was a game-changing movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one of its sticking points of being such a great movie was the Russos dared to make a comic book movie into a old school political thriller. It was fantastic. It dared, again, to turn the Marvel Cinematic Universe in its infancy literally on its head. And I think, my friend, they have done it again. We are seeing this February a old school political thriller in the vein of 1970s kind of espionage films. So here is the latest trailer from Comic-Con Brazil this past weekend. JR sent me this, and he was just geeking over the world for it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the guy we see right there on the screen right now. So here is our response to Captain America, Brave New World.
You asked for me. Here I am.
You want to help me?
Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful.
I like that he calls him Cap.
What do we know?
There were 5 shooters. This was a coordinated terrorist attack, sir.
I was a wartime general. Now I'm a wartime president.
Your inner circle's been compromised. Let me fix it.
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers.
You're right.
I'm not.
Wait for it. We're on the brink of war. I can't trust anyone. Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Someone's been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest.
I don't want a variable out there that I can't control. Captain America caught without his wings.
You'd like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap?
You don't even know what this is.
Since when were they red?
Boy.
You want me? Come and get me!
That looks so practical, man. It's crazy.
What's that?
That looks so practical too. Like the practical effects on that one looks really freaking well done.
So for those who were wondering, like I said, the split screen, that is an old school trope that they used in the 1970s, specifically in a film known as The Manchurian Candidate. And The Manchurian Candidate was that a splinter cell or some kind of organization creates a puppet political figure that they can control and manipulate and to infiltrate the highest of offices. They've done two different versions of it. There was a version of the Manchurian Candidate, I think in like the late 90s, early 2000s, but it was not nearly as good as the one in the 70s. And I think the one that they're going for is more of the 1970s political espionage thriller, going with that deep state. Okay, Jared said he'd be right back. For those of you who are Yellowstone fans, we're seeing a little bit with it in Yellowstone. Spoiler alert for episode 1 of Yellowstone. But nonetheless, it's going back, like Jared said, it's going back to a little bit of the and I'm setting up the next video we'll get to in just a second. There's a little bit more Cap there. Yeah, like Jared said, we're getting a little bit more practical effects. Obviously, there's a ton of CGI in there because it's so hard to shoot in Washington, D.C. And so you have to kind of, fake it till you make it. We're dealing with at least 3 villains. We're dealing with Sidewinder, which is
Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yeah.
We thought he may be playing a different character, but he's I forget who they thought he was going to play. He thought it was going to be John Washington or something like that. It was like a kind of a different version of like a Nick Fury.
Okay.
John Carter Washington or something like that. But it's going to end up being he's Sidewinder is the leader of the Serpent Society. We do know that Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins of the WWE, is going to be playing a member of the Serpent Society in this movie. I think he was one of the guys in the black masks and the guns that he was one of those characters. The other villain obviously is the leader. The last time we saw him was in The Incredible Hulk, which was the second MCU movie ever made behind Iron Man 1. And that's the guy we kind of see in the background. He's saying who's the puppet master, blah, 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 who's pulling the strings. And the third villain, I think, is Thaddeus Ross. I think as the Red Hulk. If you've ever read the comics, the Red Hulk, when Thaddeus Ross changes into the Red Hulk, and Thaddeus Ross has always been kind of an antagonist. He's never been a full-on villain, but he's not a hero per se. Yeah. He's an antagonist to the Incredible Hulk and others. So I think as the Red Hulk, like what that woman says, he goes, I didn't know they could be red. I think that one of the reasons why he is the Red Hulk is a version of the serum he gets. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared. that it's a version of the serum that he gets that combines with the type of personality he is that creates it to be Red Hulk. And that's why when he touches the ground starts to burn. Is Red Hulk's skin is,
Mhm.
I think, on fire, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. I think that's also what
it's
causes.
like his whole. I forget exactly how it is. I'm probably getting it wrong. Like, I think like his blood boils or something like that. It gets really super charged. I forget exactly like the origins for Red Hulk, right? I think I'm like because I think something similar is Betsy Ross, who is Red She-Hulk, has the same power basically, and so
Which is Betsy Ross is, of course, or Betty Ross,
Betty,
which is Thaddeus's daughter, which
yeah,
was played by Liv Tyler, who I believe is supposed to be in this movie.
maybe we'll see how that
Yeah.
goes. And so like it's supposed to be that, and then yeah, so I just forgot exactly the origins for Red Hulk and Red She-Hulk, and so it's just one of those things where, yeah, like, I'm just happy that we have Red Hulk. I'm happy we have more of the Hulks, right? That's gonna probably turn into something a little more crazier somewhere down the line, and because I want to know if we see Scar. I want to know if we do see, a big green machine in this
I
movie. Granted, like what?
I was just saying, I think we get a World War Hulk, or a
I hope so. It
or a
would be interesting
Planet
to see.
Hulk, or
That'd be crazy to see, honestly. But like seeing that, I have to feel, I have to think that that if we all kind of see where where some of the scenes are where they're all flying. It's been noted to say that that's probably where the oh my gosh, what's it called? The celestial, right, is.
yeah,
I
that's
have
what
to,
we're seeing is.
yeah, I have to feel that comes into play somewhere. There is going to be another maybe big bad somewhere, and it's it's kind of interesting. I want to see how it goes. I want to see if there's going to be more super soldiers too. Like, if is this the last we see of Isaiah, right? Is
I
this the
hope
last we?
not.
I hope so. I have not either.
I
Like,
really think it, Jerry, and we can, guys, if you want to go back and go back and look at our Captain and Winter Soldier
hmm,
playlist on YouTube, and go back and watch where we break down that series a few years ago. Um, that
Isaiah Bradley, man,
Isaiah
he
Bradley deserves, almost like he deserves like
his own show.
Disney Plus show,
He deserves his own show. Mike,
and you've got a
on
whole
the
great
list.
comic book series that you can base it on, which is
Yep.
Red, White, and Black. And So what Jared's talking about is, of course, we see the hand of Tiamat, which was a celestial that was growing out of Earth. We saw that in the Eternals.
Mhm.
It is said that in Tiamat is where Earth finds adamantium, and
Yeah.
that's how it gets introduced into the elemental tables. Is that that's when they
Yeah.
find the new element of adamantium to combat, of course, against uh, vibranium. People, it's so funny. I still meet people that go like, "Oh, vibranium. That was just the cheap way of saying um, getting around adamantium." Like, no, you do realize that they both do exist
Yeah.
in comic books, and that the only thing I think that can cut vibranium is adamantium.
No, like
I
it's
think adamantium can cut through vibranium, but vibranium can't cut through adamantium.
it's some,
I think in the comics, I think the most indestructible metal is adamantium.
mm, no, it's before it was, but like recent iterations, it always happens. Like there's gonna be something stronger than adamantium. I think it was oh my gosh, what was it? It was some other stuff too in more recent
Is it
comics.
unobtainium?
Some crazy, like in the last 20 years or so, I forgot exactly what, but like there was a thing where like the Muramasa blade in the comics, right, is it can cut through adamantium, right? Muramasa blade is like some heated, like it's like some heated sword that is cursed or something like that Wolverine uses to kill. I forgot who it was, but he kills people that are just made of adamantium, and so
I do know that there's an official argument in geek culture about what is stronger,
It
adamantium or a lightsaber. And I think that they have said that based on the technology that they know of, that a lightsaber actually could cut through
yeah.
adamantium and vibranium.
So yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing, like
Just to chase it in a tangent there.
yeah, but like yeah, at the same time, like we going back to it, Thanos cut through Cap's shield.
Yes,
So
so
it's like,
that's a point that's been brought up by fans is we don't know where there is I believe there is a story and there's a wiki about the blade that Thanos has. So here's you gotta understand is that Thanos was a Titan.
Hmm.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, if I remember the Eternals correctly, the Titans fought the the Deviants,
some it's
and the Titans fought on behalf of the Celestials, I
I don't
believe.
remember.
So if I have to go back, you know what? God, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the Eternals on purpose.
Oh,
If
God.
I again, guys in the comment section, let us know if I could be wrong that the Eternals were
Yeah, the
hired
Eternals were fighting Celestials. Yeah,
the Eternals were to fought the Deviants.
yeah.
The Titans, I believe, which
The Tit-
is what Thanos is, and his brother,
Whatever. Yeah, he's not. We're not gonna see him
the
again.
guy from One Direction.
Yeah,
I think the Titans were. I don't know if they fought against the Celestials or if they fought with the Celestials.
they destroy
But
themselves. They destroy
there
themselves.
is
Too.
there is a theory
Mm.
that Thanos's blade in Endgame was made of adamantium.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
a theory about that. So we can address that at a later time.
Mm.
But again, let me know in the comments section below, guys, or if you want to hit us up on social media. Find us on Instagram, send us a DM at PS Comics. I love you on there, or find us on Facebook and send us a comment there. So yeah, I'll be kind of curious, but yeah. So the story goes about Brave New World is there's a new war brewing between multiple nations, including the United States, Japan, China, India, and I think Great Britain over who has ownership of Tiamat.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, in the comic books, yes, there is a celestial. Actually, maybe multiple celestials.
Yeah.
No, I think there was just one that's on Earth. It was the frozen celestial. I think it's like in Antarctica.
Yeah, there were multiple. Like there's there was one for I forgot which, like there was two events for it. There was one that was frozen, another one that like was like there to like, you know, the judgment to judge everyone's sins or whatever, right? I
Yeah.
forget which event it was. Like,
But at the end of not Secret Wars, not Secret Invasion, it was what was the one with Hydra Cap? What was that storyline?
oh yeah, that's Secret Invasion.
No, it wasn't Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion was
Secret Invasion was the Skrulls.
shoot, Secret Invasion.
Crap.
That's right. It was.
I
Yeah,
just know I collected that book. That
yeah,
series.
no, it's
Anyways, at the end of that series, the Avengers move, and the new Avengers move to the Celestial that's in Antarctica. That's their new headquarters because after Civil War II, they're kind of persona non grata in the United States again. So I'm kind of curious as what happens with Tiamat, and if we get if they destroy it, if they don't destroy it, does that end up being do they pay homage to the comics, and maybe that becomes a new headquarters for the Avengers or a team up or a team? We don't know.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But yeah, there's when Thaddeus Ross in the trailer says there's I was a wartime general, now I'm a wartime president, is because there's a world war going over who owns Tiamat, because there is a new there's a new element on that landmass. And I think that's what's going to, all events are leading towards Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And after Secret Wars, we are going to get a convergence, and we're going to get all the cool parts of all the different multiverses. And then we will start from scratch. And we are headed, JR, towards one of the most controversial storylines, in my opinion, in comic book history. The multiverse saga will come to an end with Secret Wars. And you know what saga begins after the multiverse saga?
I forgot.
That would be the mutant saga. We will get everything leading towards mutants, and we will see through different movies, we will see different mutants introduced in movies. We mentioned before that Blade has been pushed. Blade is being pushed back to like 2028 beyond Secret Wars, along with Shang-Chi 2, Doctor Strange. I still think we get somehow, some way we get Doctor Strange 3 before Secret Wars, because I think that's important, because he's out there with Clea dealing with convergent events. I'd be kind of curious, Jared, do you think we mentioned, kind of thought that whole thing with Bucky kind of seemed very kind of Ghost Rider-esque? Do you think we get a Ghost Rider before or after Secret Wars?
No, it's going to be after. That's just already too much. That would be just already too much, because like you're talking about, like, possibly we're looking at introduction of at least 100 characters just with Marvel, just for mutants alone. And so, like,
well, maybe we do get them in Secret Wars with the convergence, and we somehow get a Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, but like at the same time, we risk running into going back to the first portion of the show, the Suicide Squad problem, where, like, what are you gonna do? We have the vignette of just of Johnny Storm. You gotta show him doing the jump, or you gotta show him doing whatever it is, right? Like, and how he became the Spirit of Vengeance. And it's like that specifically is he's gonna need either his own ensemble cast, his own show, his own TV, his own movie. But I feel like if he is coming back, I don't think he's more so gonna be in, like, in the what do you call it? What's that other subgroup where it had like the something Suns or something like that?
Oh yeah, so I still think we're gonna get a Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. So I'm thinking, like, it'll probably be in that more so than anything else, right? Where we will have Doctor Strange be possibly the head of that, whatever the heck that might be, and because like the Multiverse of Madness came out 2022, right? 2022, 2021. 22. And so it's already been 2 years, 3 years. We're gonna possibly wait 4 years for another Strange movie. He's, the actor Benedict Cumberbatch. He's already in his 40s. Like, we're probably gonna see just like either a whole new signings of new characters, or not new characters, but re-signings of new actors as these characters. We might never see Mahershala Ali as Blade. That sucks. He's 50 right now, and so waiting 2-3 more years at 53, trying to do all the same stunts that Wesley Snipes did. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. I don't want to put that on the man, but yeah, just going onward. I don't know. It's just tentative.
We could sit here all day and pontificate about what's going to happen. Why not just ask the question, JR? What if? See what I did there? We do get the final season of What If, and JR, this has been a show that's been a lot of fun, and I think they did it justice by keeping it as an animated series and testing the waters and doing Marvel animation that loosely ties into the main continuity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously we've had iterations of characters that have been pulled from here. Most importantly, we saw Captain Carter was pulled from here and added to Multiverse of Madness. And maybe we'll see some characters pulled from this season. Who knows? But here is the debut, the PS Comics I Love You debut of the season 3 trailer for Marvel's What If.
Let's begin. Up for an adventure?
Always.
I love that animation style. I don't know why.
To understand, you must learn to see.
What exactly are you proposing?
It's showtime.
Here we go!
Howard, are you sure you can fly this?
Are you kidding? I'm a duck. I was born to fly. Strap in.
Move over.
If we all go down, the world will be left defenseless.
Moon Knight?
This is the shot we have. We may not get another one.
Yeah, see, there's Moon Knight's in this.
Let's finish it.
Oh, we're good to go.
What do they call this thing? Is this a Gundam?
Oh no, this is
Avenger.
Not Gundam. This is Power Rangers, right?
Light them up now.
Ooh.
This is where your story ends.
Oh, the other Watchers. Those Sentinels?
With some mysteries, the only answer is what if.
Maybe it's time that we called in some help.
I am Storm, goddess of thunder.
Oh man.
I knew that we were going to I had heard rumors that that Storm was going to appear. I didn't think they were actually going to show it. That was kind of a shocker. But JR, I know you are a resident animation guy.
Yeah.
You kind of dragged me back in willingly into the animation world. So what'd you think? What do you think of What If? What do you think of this trailer?
I feel like just from the small snippets of it already, like they're the animation studio right behind it. I feel like they're about to be in their bag with this one, if that makes sense. Or like I'm trying to get back into focus here for some reason. But like what it looks like, honestly, for me, it looks like they're about to go in their season 4 of Clone Wars, where like everything looks a little bit more cleaner, if you know what I mean. Everything's more cleaner. There's nothing that really choppy. Like they're doing a lot more intricate takes. Like when the that one scene specifically where you see this person, they jump through the ropes, right? And it's like different camera angle. I'm reminded of I forgot which specific episode, but like it was a scene in Clone Wars where it was like these jarring camera angles going back and forth, and they're just playing with it. That's what it feels like to me. It's like they're they're in their bag.
They're being very cinematic with animation.
Yeah, rather than like being rudimentary, in which we saw in the first season, right, or even a little parts of the second season, where it's like, okay, go, you're doing certain framings and still shots here and there, where it feels very rudimentary for an animation studio. Well, now it looks like they're just having fun with it, and that's cool.
Yeah.
For me, it feels more like a comic book, right, where you're given these weird. Not weird, but like you're giving these interesting angles and viewpoints and shots where you wouldn't get in live action, where you wouldn't get in like actual live action type thing, but you would probably see from certain vantage points in comics. And so for me, that is great. That's good to see. Like we saw that done tremendously in other forms of animation as well, right? Clone Wars being one of them. You see that in anime a lot. You see that in like I think what was another good portion of it. There was you see that in. Oh my gosh, Invincible, for the Amazon show, where you have a studio now. They're like, they know what they can do. They want to push it a little bit more now. They want to have more fun with it. And I feel like that's what I'm hoping is to be. It sucks that, we only getting like 8 episodes left now. I was kind of hoping to see what they would do more of it. But then at the same time, like, right after this one, they're doing What If Zombies. So I'm like, okay. Let's see how that goes.
And we have one more video to play, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah.
But I think that it sucks that they are putting a kibosh on it, but it may be, who knows how much it costs.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to go a different direction with animation.
Yeah.
They could very easily go and say that a season was an issue. And that this is volume 1. So this was What If issue number 1, What If issue number 2, What If issue number 3, and this was volume 1. They could easily go and this is telling an overarching story over 3 seasons that who knows, 5, 6, 10 years down the road, they may like, what? Let's go back and they get someone that says, let's go tell some what ifs.
Yeah.
But I think the other reason too that they're putting a kibosh on What If is that they've done a brilliant job at where in the comics What If, it was just that. It was just a what if. It had no overarching implications. That's why usually it was What If was a one-off. It was a one shot. It was there was no follow up to it. It was a fun story. What if Wolverine was Spider-Man? What if Jane Foster could pick up Mjolnir, which of course we know down the road it inspired that to really happen. But the what ifs in the comics didn't really happen. It was just a what if. Whereas the what if now is you are telling stories in animation form of an actual multiverse event that's taking place. These are not just what ifs. These are actually taking place in other multiverses. So I think with the multiverse saga down to its last 3 years with Secret War culminating, I think, in 2027.
Yeah.
I think that's why What If is coming to an end. But like JR said, is we do get Marvel Zombies. So with that said, before we move forward, because there's a couple more animations things I want to put in here, I'm going to play this clip. This was a video that was released about a week ago. This is highlighting all of the upcoming Disney Plus content we're getting. Oh, by the way, just over the next 12 months.
Yeah.
I brought you here to offer you an opportunity.
Oh, I smell what you're stepping in. It's gonna get good.
It's been some time, hasn't it? You've come up in the world. I could say the same about you. I wonder if your darker half would agree. Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you? A really good one.
Miss me!
Oh! I want to build something undeniable.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some
I
questionable
don't know what
things
to
to get
think.
it done.
Up for an adventure?
The battle they will sing about for ages.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man. I was born to play this character.
And we both have a lot riding on this. You better not mess this up.
I know.
I am ready.
I am Marvel Jesus.
There's a long road ahead of us. Much to do.
Oh my God!
All coming to Disney Plus over the course of the next 12 months. With the last bit of that teaser being Wonder Man, which I had completely forgot about.
Yeah.
Is coming December of next year. I don't know if you'd seen that. Had you seen that video before, Jared?
I have. I just told again. It slipped my mind. I went to that was specifically the Marvel one. I think I posted the Disney, the full Disney one, where it has Andor season 2. It has a bunch of other ones too. But like, like the one that really slips my mind the most was Wonder Man. Like that one, just like I totally forgot existed. Right, and so it's like I'm happy that forget what's the name isn't it the character. The character
Black
that
Mantis.
played the original Mandarin, right? Or the actor. There.
Kevin Slattery. Yeah,
Yeah, he's there.
Mr. Bean Kingsley.
Yeah, that's good. So like seeing him there, like cool, that's cool. Like let's see how that goes. But like, how does that tie in, right? How does that tie in specifically to the overall, like, like the whole, how does that tie into the full on spear of like what is MCU or what is Marvel there? I don't know how that's gonna be. But at the same time, it's like, cool. If it has a following, as a following. Probably not for me. See how that goes. That's a different type of a mantra where it's literally the fourth wall, right? It's a superhero playing. It's a superhero playing a character, playing himself or whatever in a TV show or whatever. It's so like meta. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's just say what it is. It's Robert Downey Jr. said it best. I'm a dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. It is a superhero playing the character of a superhero in a superhero movie within a superhero movie. It's meta to the 10th degree. I don't know enough about Wonder Man to formulate an opinion or really give an educated lesson on Wonder Man. Eyes of Wakanda, I'm interested in. I'm bummed that that's not going to end up being the Disney Plus show that we thought it was going to be, but it's going to be an animation series. That should be a lot of fun. Marvel Zombies is cool. I think that's going to do a lot of people justice for the comic books. That was a hit comic book series. It's kind of a dark horse comic book series.
Still going. It's still going. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's
Ironheart,
so big. Yeah, it's so big that DC's doing it. So yeah.
Daredevil is just licensed to print money. That's the best way to describe it. That cast is they brought everybody back. John Bernthal, Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox,
Deborah Ann Woll.
and they're all coming back. The guy, I forget the guy, the name that plays Foggy is coming back. They're even bringing back Vanessa. The guy who played Bullseye in season 3 of Daredevil is back, and he is going. That was we saw him in a couple scenes there. He's playing, and he's going to get a comic book accurate costume to Bullseye, as opposed to what's his name from the Ben Affleck movie, where he had the tattoo. And then of course we're also going to get White. I think it was a White Tiger is also going to be in there. And so it should be interesting. Really looking forward to Ironheart. And after Black Panther 2, I am not looking forward to Ironheart. I'll still watch it
Yeah.
because I like Riri. They have not done My Girl justice. They have
Yeah.
not done the costume justice.
Yeah.
I hope that they somehow find a way to turn it around in the.
I just think she's too small. She's too short.
I think she's too
or
big.
that's just me, huh? No, I think
Riri's not that big. She's
Riri's taller than her. Riri was like, if I remember correctly, Riri was like maybe a couple inches shorter than Tony because like there was the way I forgot who the artist was,
Tony's
but the
also a
way
midget.
that she drew her, huh?
Tony was always a midget.
Yeah, but like he was like when he wasn't shorter than let's say Cap, right? At some cases,
Yeah.
Cap was like 6'1", 6'2". Like we're gonna
So-
chase. It's just for me,
It's meh.
yeah.
But we are supposedly going to get. We do get the Red Hood,
Yeah.
and it is a supernatural group that he's a part of, and we are going to get allegedly, but I think it's going to happen. We are going to get Mephisto
Hmm.
in the form of Sacha Baron Cohen,
Yeah.
which I'm okay with,
Eh.
because I think Sacha Baron Cohen sold his soul to the devil a long time ago to continue to have a career. But I really think that he will play that role and do that role justice. Yeah, like I said, Daredevil, super looking forward to all the animation stuff. Looking through, I'll still watch Ironheart. I'm a little down on it. Wonder Man, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a good year for Marvel Studios, Marvel Animation, Marvel Television.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, when we'll talk more about this later. This was designed to be more of a Marvel show. We were gonna do Mission Impossible, but we'll play that another time.
Yeah.
Talk about that another time. But we will talk about Star Wars. I believe there was some Andor stuff that was released at Brazil.
Yep.
No trailers have been released yet, I don't think.
No.
But if it does, we will do another watch along video. But from what I saw at D23, Andor season 2 looks good. And Mandalorian and Grogu should be good.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew, I'm still a bit skeptical about, but I'm looking forward to it.
Mm.
I think it could be different. And yeah.
Crazy enough, and this not to beat a dead horse, but like it's crazy that the only thing that was announced that was canceled is Acolyte season 2. That was the only thing that I've seen that Disney as a whole like outright said like, oh, it's canceled, it's done.
And that continues to be controversial. Everyone says it was good because it was different. Yeah, I agree with you. But the writing was. We could chase this rabbit all day long. It's one of the reasons why JR and I never did an Acolyte wrap-up video, was because there was nothing positive to talk about.
Yeah.
There were some cool Easter eggs in the final episode. I think the final episode was probably the best episode. The first and the last episode were the best 2 episodes, in my opinion.
The fight scene got me over a certain part, but like it's just the whole thing of like you have, what was it? Was it 8 episodes or 9 episodes?
8, I think.
You had 8 episodes that could have been just really boiled down to 1.5, right? For stories, for the overall story.
And I think you and I have also talked about this. Is you got to do it one of 2 ways. You got to just make it a movie, or like we did. We saw a special presentation. A 1 hour, made for TV movie, or you go all in. It has to be a long form television series. Stop trying to cram a full season of television into 8 episodes. You can't do it from a writing standpoint.
Yeah.
You have to let stories breathe. Had they told a longer story, a full season of television, and I'll even meet you in the middle, go to 12, maybe 15 episodes. You don't have to go full 20 or full 30 episodes. You go to a 12 to 15 episode season. you could have done a lot better with that show.
Yeah.
And wrote it differently.
Yeah. Anime does 13 episodes a season. So like,
yeah,
that's great segue point. But yeah, man.
So don't forget, guys, on the bottom, you will probably see JR and I at a few of these conventions next year, including WonderCon back in Anaheim in March, at the end of March. Star Wars Celebration will be in Tokyo, Japan in April. San Diego Comic-Con back in it'll be July 23rd to the 27th, including preview night. And of course, returning to Anaheim in 2026 will be D23. I think they have announced that it will be returning back to Anaheim, not going to Orlando. I think they're going to only move Celebration instead of D23. I don't. Obviously, Jerry, you did not go to Rose City Comic Con.
Nope.
So, and New York Comic Con was good. We will, like I said, we will talk more over the next few weeks about what 2025 will bring for us. We are going to do that Blade episode. We'll find some time in the next couple of weeks to do that. I know JR is anxious for me to see the cinematic brilliance that is Wesley Snipes. But anything in closing, sir?
I don't know, man. It's good to be back talking.
Hell yeah,
man. Yeah.
He is JR Comic-Kungan, also not JR Comics 42 on Instagram. There is a link in his bio to his eBay page, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so. Should be back on there,
yeah. Should be up there. He does have something there that you have something that I want. In the great Giancarlo Esposito would say, I have the final gem that is my Infinity Gauntlet, known as Gwenpool, right there. I have not one but two Power Girl comic books and a beautiful Ahsoka Tano portrait that will be being traded to the Comic-Kungan collection in exchange, and some other monetary. It's like we're making a Yankee Dodger deal here. We're going to send you two prospects and a player to be named later, and cash. And cash. So yeah, a deal will be struck, and some comics and money will be exchanged. But Daddy, it's coming home.
We try to do it sometime this. If you want to, we try to do it sometime this week. I feel like.
Yeah.
We feel like, man, but yeah. Let's say I will say I did not give you market price, and good God, the market price is crazy.
Yeah. So JR's doing your boy a solid. That is the last book I need as of right now to complete my Gwenpool pull. And I do appreciate my boy for that. So yeah, my voice is officially shot. It's been a week. I do appreciate everyone being patient with JR and I know we've talked about doing episodes and then we bail and whatnot, but I do appreciate JR for being so patient. I've had some stuff come up in, by the way, at Voice of Reason. So I do appreciate patience and privacy. I know I've gotten some DMs on social media, on Instagram, asking, hey, when are you guys going to do another episode? We're going to do them. We're going to probably keep them to, I know we went a little bit over, but we're going to keep it right at about an hour instead of, and occasionally we'll do one of our marathons.
Yeah. We like to yap. So it is what it is.
Oh yeah. He is JR Comic-Kungan. I am Kevin Pillow. Thank you guys so much for staying up with us on a Tuesday night of all things. We will be getting into some wrestling. We are headed towards War Games. It will be announced next Monday night. What the 5-on-5 will be.
I have to say, as much as I love the main roster, NXT has been ruining my freaking life because I love it. Oh my God, bro!
Shawn Michaels is killing it. Shawn Michaels
he's Booker of the Year, bro. We have Javon Evans. I'm telling you, look up his match. Javon Evans is the Rookie of the Year. He's been in it. He's been wrestling for a minute, dude. He's been in AEW, I guess, like one of these weird dark matches they had before. But like Javon Evans, he's Rookie of the Year. Stephanie Vicor, Julia. They just had Zarya come through, aka Delta. like Cora Jade's back, bro. We have the strongest WWE has the strongest women's division ever.
Oh, yeah, it's just
ever. It's crazy, man. Just so like the freaking Detroit Machine Guns just came by. They won the tag champions in like two matches, 2-3 matches. That's crazy. They're gonna just go through roster of tag teams and just go crazy. Like, bro, yeah, wrestling's freaking awesome right now, dude. Wrestling's freaking awesome. And I am absolutely freaking rabid for Steffi Vacour and Julia and Liv Morgan and good. Yeah. I have my all my red flags have black lipstick. And so, yeah.
I will leave you all with this when it comes to professional wrestling is wrestling, right? Everyone wants to talk about Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to talk about Roman Reigns,
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins.
Yep, he's back.
Kevin Owens.
Unhinged.
What's his name? The guy that's the NXT champion.
Oh, Trick.
Trick.
That Trick. Whoop that Trick. Go ahead.
There's only one man who is carrying wrestling right now, and he's a fucking heel, and his name is not MJF.
Okay.
The guy carrying the fucking wrestling business right now.
Okay.
The ultimate heat magnet. You walk into a room and you just want to rip his fucking head off. Is one Dominic Mysterio. Bro.
He can't keep getting away with this.
He can't
keep getting away with this.
No one has gotten this much heat by just walking into a room.
Yeah, he's
the last person to do it was his kayfabe mom, which was Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
But
how do you become a heel when you're a heel? Like when he flipped from Rhea to Liv, and then he got away with it again when Tiff Stratton came. Like, does he come with the title too?
He comes with he's coming with me with the title, and he's like,
and
then he's got a and then dude at home, legit at home, he's married to a piece of ass,
bro. He is living life, and like,
he's got a freaking baby's arm,
brother. I would fold me up and use me as a chair to bash over someone else. I would fold at the sight of Liv Morgan. Good God.
Good
God. I don't fold the core too.
Dominic Dom. I mean, a lot of guys are getting. I mean, MJF is living the gimmick right now. He's gotten a lot of heat online, and we'll talk about wrestling another time. I'll just leave you on this, guys. If you have a chance, go watch wrestling and watch Monday Night Raw. Watch the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio. It just is a fucking heat magnet.
Yeah,
and he has one of the most beautiful heaters on his arm in the form of Liv Morgan, and you just want to boo his ass. So maybe we'll do an episode during Thanksgiving and talk about war games. We do need to do a wrestling show. Maybe we'll do a watch along. I don't know. We'll figure something out. So again, he's Jared Combacun. I'm Kevin Pillow. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Be good to your fellow human beings. Yeah. And I'm going to hit the button and I'm going to hit in stream. Oh wait, I have to hit. Oh wait, I hit the button too many times.
Okay.
Just tap
real quick.
in.
Who's your fifth member? And stop.
Nope. Oh, now. Oh, there it is. There's the button.
Who is your